Hi guys, so today we will be discussing the problem dominant pairs from GFG. So what problem statement is saying you are given an array of integers of size n where n is being even. So you have been given an array of size n of even size basically. You have to calculate the number of dominant pairs. So we have to basically calculate the total number of dominant pairs in our array. And what is the definition of dominant pairs? Let's see. Where a pair is called dominant if the I being from left half and j being from right half, and array of I is greater than equal to 5 times array of j. Means what they are saying basically is that you have to divide the array into two parts. Let me make it more clear to you. Like first example, n 2 to 1. Like here first example is 1 0 2 2 and 1. So as it is mentioned in the problem that the size of array is always even, so it is always possible to divide the array into two equal halves. Like here we can divide array into two parts. So what we have to do is we have to count the total number of pairs. Like we have to choose one element from the left half and one element from the right half, and let's say it is x and it is y. Then this condition should be satisfied that x should be greater than or equal to 5 times of y. So let's move on to the approach part. That what we can do. 10 2 2 and 1. Let's say I'm taking another example. First of all, what we will do that we will partition the array into two halves and then we will sort them individually. Like here let's say 1 2 3 4 and 6. This is my left half after sorting, and this is my right half. 1 2 3 4 and let's say it is equals to 6 also. Now what we have to do is we have to count all such pairs such that we choose two numbers, one from left and one from right, and the left one is greater than or equal to the 5 times the right one. Fine. So one thing, can we say that if I iterate over this array and for each element, let's say 1, and for 1 if I found the minimum element such that it is greater than 5 times 1, like here let's say it is 5 here. Fine, 5 is also present in the array. So if I try to find the minimum number such that it is greater than 5 times the right one, sorry, what I mean that, so let's say I'm currently standing on the ith index of the right array and the total value of 5 times of array is 5y, and I have to count all the elements in this array which are not strictly but greater than or equal to 5 times y, means this value. So can I claim that if I find the minimum number which is greater than 5y, then all the numbers on the right hand side will definitely be greater than that. So what we can do that we can iterate over our right array and we can do the binary search. Like for each index we will find the lower bound of that element, and if let's suppose I'm finding the lower bound here. Fine. So I can say that all the elements from the lower bound, right hand side of the lower bound, can be a part of my answer. And how we can find that? Let's suppose my lower bound is LB here and the total size will be n by 2 here. Fine. So this part is L by LB, this is LB, and total is n by 2. So can I say that n by 2 minus LB, this will give me the number of array which will be contributing to my answer here. So n by 2 minus LB is our required answer for each number over right array. So I hope the concept is clear. What we will do, let's summarize it. We know that we will first of all we will sort the arrays individually, left half and right half, and then after that we start iterating over the right array, and for each array element we will find the lower bound of 5 times the array element in our left array. And let's suppose we are finding the lower bound on this index, then n minus lower bound will give me the number of elements which are on the right hand side of the lower bound, and that can be the part of our answer. So let's try to code this up. Fine. So we have to return the answer. So I will take a answer variable and return it. Now what we'll do, for our convenience I will maintain two vectors, vector of int left and right as well. And now what I'll do, for the left half I'll push my left dot push back array of I. So in the left array I have pushed the array element from 0 to n by 2, and similarly I'll do for the right one for int I equals to n by 2. Right dot push back array of I. So now I have maintained the left part and right half individually, and I have to sort them. Sort right dot begin and right dot end. And what I have to do now, I have to iterate over my right array. So for auto and I'll iterate over my right array, and let's take the value num. Fine. Int num equals to 5 times the array element. And now what I have to do, I have to find the lower bound of it. Auto lb equals to lower bound of left dot begin. So what I'm doing here, that I'm iterating over my right array and I'm finding the lower bound of 5 times the array element in the left array. Fine. So if my lower bound is on starting, fine. So if lb equals to left dot begin, if the first index means the begin index is greater than or equal to 5 times, or you can say simply the num, then what we will do, answer plus equals to n by 2. Why so? Why n by 2? Because let's suppose I'm finding the my iterator has stopped here, okay, first index here, this point. What it mean? And this index is, this value is greater than, let's suppose it is x. So this x is greater than or equal to 5 times y, and y is the array element which I have selected from the right array. Okay. So if my iterator is stopping here, and I know that this array element from the left hand side is greater than or equal to 5 times y, then can I say that all the elements can be taken into considerations? Okay. So what is the total size? Because since we have divided the array into 2 equal halves, so this total array size will be n by 2. So that's why we have added here n by 2. Okay. Else if, so if lower bound is not at the beginning, so it is obvious that it will be somewhere in lying between the left and, or you can say start and end. Okay. So what we can do, we will simply add answer plus equals to n by 2 minus lower bound minus left dot begin. Fine. I hope it is clear to you why we are doing so. And yeah, this is all about this problem. So let's try to submit runtime error. Why this condition I equals to, okay, I should be less than n here. That was a mistake. So your output is 0. Oh, sorry. I have to write this condition outside this point after if condition. Fine. Oh, so this was a mistake. Okay, it is working fine. Let's try to submit it and see. Okay, problem solved successfully. So I hope you guys got the point of the how we can use the binary search here, and what is the intuition behind the binary search, because our search space was sorted and we are claiming that if I found any number on the left array which is greater than the 5 times array element on the right side, then all the elements from that point on the left array should definitely be greater than should be satisfying the condition, we can say. Okay, so this is how we can use binary search. And yeah, this problem also be solved using 2 pointers. So try to solve using 2 pointers yourself. I'll not explain that in this video because I like the binary search logic more intuitive to me. Okay, so thank you guys for watching the video.